Hello students, welcome to another class of e-business course. In this class I am going to discuss the basic definitions of e-business and e-commerce, and we will also see the differences between e-business and e-commerce. Okay, so let's go. So the objective of this session is students to introduce the concept of e-business and e-commerce to all of you. We will also try to understand the concept of online business and what is the importance of online business nowadays worldwide, and then we will see what is the difference between e-business and e-commerce, also various advantages and disadvantages or the limitations of e-commerce I'm going to discuss with all of you. So in short, this session will be very interesting and very knowledgeable, so all of you should concentrate and try to understand the concepts of e-business and the e-commerce. So students, as you can see, e-business is very important nowadays, and the basic definition of e-business is that e-business is about enabling the organizations to bring together their various processes and use various latest internet technologies, and the benefits that the companies will get is that it will become more cost effective, and the efficiency will also increase for the businesses if they use e-business, and better relationships between the partners. Your partners mean that your suppliers, your customers, vendors. So in short, we can say in the second paragraph also you can see that electronic connection of business organizations between the customers, suppliers, employees, and partners. And also it is not limited only to these things. It also e-business also involves product marketing, order entry, inventory tracking, and order fulfillment also. So students, if I have to draft few points showing the e-business benefits, then I can write down these benefits. But there are some other benefits also which we will study in the last of the class. So right now, in short, you can see that e-business allows the business to reach the customers globally. So it enhances the global reach. It reduces the cost. Obviously, if the business processes are online, then it will result in cost cutting also. It will make more convenient for the business also and for the customers also, and ultimately the productivity will increase and the efficiency will also increase of the organizations if they are using the e-business. And digital payments, the concept of digital payments is nowadays very much popular in almost everywhere. So using the digital payments, the e-business companies are helping the organizations to maintain the data in a proper manner. So all these are the benefits of using the e-business. Now, if we talk about the e-business network, how and why it is important to the enterprise, means to an organization, how the e-business is important, how the e-business network is important. So students, you can see e-business network creates the fundamental change in any business process. It also enables the fast responses and agile maneuvering, means that if any problem is detected or any task is required in the business, then e-business allows you to immediately act upon that. Okay, so better negotiations can be done with the suppliers using the e-business, and it also helps in taking the competitive advantage. It provides the instant access to global markets. So with the help of e-business, your enterprise, your organization can have the instant access to global markets at lower cost. And another very important factor which is provided by e-business network to any organization is that the organization or enterprise can make use of various voice, data and video software. These IT technologies enable the organizations to have better communication within the organization as well as with the suppliers and vendors and customers of the organization. So all in all, I can say that e-business is a very important concept, and the e-business using various IT technologies is helping the organizations to take a lot of benefits nowadays. Now I'm going to tell you about the e-business benefits or the e-business network benefits to the user from the point of view of the users. So obviously the users can be customers here also. So you can see, students, that it helps to share the knowledge and reap productivity gains by finding information faster. Since e-business is using various IT tools, various software tools, so these software help the users to find the data or the required information in a very quicker manner, and a better communication, faster communication with the clients is also possible with the help of various IT tools. It also provides option for teleworking. Okay, means the workers like customers, your suppliers who are not in front of you, they're at some other place, still you can coordinate with them in a better manner. So obviously, irrespective of geography, your teams can work in a better collaborative manner. So ultimately nowadays, almost every organization is using the benefits of e-business. So students, as we have gone through the basic definitions and basic benefits of using e-business, another important term that is used nowadays is called electronic commerce or e-commerce in short. Now what is e-commerce? As you can see in the definition, e-commerce has a narrow definition and it only involves buying and selling goods and services over the internet. So you can see that e-commerce is only related to the buying and selling of the goods or services with the help of internet. Electronic medium should be there. So it is normally limited to order entry, catalogs, and authorization, delivery, confirmation like tasks. E-commerce is a part of e-business. So this is very important point here. But e-commerce is just a procedure or process which is using the internet technologies, computer technologies, but it is only concerned about the buying and selling of the goods. So it is in more about the transactions which are conducted online. So there are various ways of conducting e-commerce. One way is using EDI. EDI is called electronic data exchange, interchange actually, and emails, electronic bulletin boards, all these come under e-commerce because these tools allow the users to conduct online transactions. So students, there are various benefits nowadays of using e-commerce. So few benefits are listed here, but these are only few benefits and there can be other benefits also. So the main benefit of using e-commerce means online business is non-cash payments. So obviously we all are almost using the concept of online transactions, online buying of products, and when we do the payment, we usually use the digital medium of payments like credit card, debit card, smart cards, or bank transfers, online transfers. So when we do the electronic payments, this is a very beneficial thing both for the users as well as the organization. 24 into service availability is there, if because in e-commerce there is no constraint of closing and opening of the stores, because everything is online, so users and customers can buy anytime anywhere. So 24 into 7 service availability is there. You can market or advertise about your product or your company in a better manner if you are using the concept of online business. So e-commerce increases the reach of advertising also. Just like you see when you open Instagram or Facebook, you see some ad of the organizations on the right hand side. So what they are doing, they are simply making use of online or internet technologies to advertise their products. So obviously if the organization is using e-commerce, then the sales will be also increased, and when the sales will increase, the profits will also increase. So also inventory management can also be done in a better manner if you are managing the inventory of your organization using some IT tool. And ultimately the communication will also improve between the organization and the customers or various partners like suppliers, vendors. So these are the few benefits of using e-commerce, and that's why nowadays almost every organization is using the concept of e-commerce. So there are few limitations of e-commerce also. So when the entire business is running online with the help of internet, then there can be few limitations also. So students, as you can see, the limitations can be technical limitations, and some limitations can be non-technical also. So we will go through these quickly. So when we say technical limitations, means which are related to the technical issues or IT issues or the issues which are related to the system. So you can see obviously there can be lack of system security or poor implementation of e-commerce. This is one biggest limitation of using the e-commerce. Another limitation is that there should be a good network, good bandwidth network available, because everything will be done on internet. So a good quality internet should be there. If it is not there, then there can be issue. There can be other software hardware issues also. In non-technical limitations, obviously if you're going to run your system, or sorry, on your organization business online, then it requires some initial cost. So the initial cost for creating or building e-commerce application is very high. So the one-time investment is very high in the starting. And also security privacy issues are there, because just take example that when e-commerce will be there, transactions will be done online, so there will be privacy issues also, security issues also. The data can be stolen by some other persons. So this is another issue related to the e-commerce. And also there are few issues like lack of touch or feel of products during online shopping. Because if you see, you order something online, you cannot see, you cannot feel it, you cannot touch the product. But if you go physically in a store, there you can easily check and try the product. So this is another drawback of online business. But overall the limitations are not that much, but the benefits are very huge. That's why nowadays almost every organization is using the concept of e-business. Now students, this is a very important concept here, that what is the difference between e-business and e-commerce. Both terms are sometimes used interchangeably, but there is a slight difference between e-business and e-commerce that all of you should understand. So what is e-commerce? So students, you can see e-commerce is nothing but buying and selling of goods around the internet. Means, just I told you in earlier slides also that e-commerce is more about the buying and selling of the goods, but e-business is a broader term. It is not limited to commercial transactions, but it also provides other services. So In short, I can say that e-business is not only limited to online transactions, but it provides some other services also, online services. So here is a tabular comparison of e-business and e-commerce. As you can see, we are comparing e-commerce and e-business on various factors. First of all, the definition. You can see trading over the internet is known as e-commerce, but e-business means running all the business applications or business processes over internet. And just I told you, e-business obviously is a superset, and e-commerce is just a part of that set. So that's why we can say that if e-business is a superset, then e-commerce is a subset of that. E-commerce is only limited to monetary transactions, but e-business is not limited to monetary transactions. Commercial transactions usually come under e-commerce, but all the business transactions come under e-business. So as you can see, a normal website is enough for conducting e-commerce, but if you are doing e-business, there are various tools are also available, software are also available to perform other business tasks online, like CRM is there to manage the customer data, ERP is there to manage the information and resources of your organization. And if you are going to conduct e-commerce, then you require internet. But if you are doing e-business, then you require internet as well as intranet also. So there are few differences between the e-business and e-commerce. So students, as you can see, there are few differences between e-business and e-commerce, and all of you should be aware of these concepts. Okay, so students, in short, if I again conclude the lecture, then you can see in this lecture we have just gone through the various concepts of e-business and e-commerce, and e-commerce is just a part of your e-business, and e-business is not necessarily e-commerce. The examples of e-commerce are like all the commercial companies are doing the businesses online, like Flipkart, Amazon, eBay. So all these are the examples of e-commerce, and you can see nowadays almost every company is having its own online presence. So in the next lecture, I will discuss e-commerce in detail, and I will also discuss various e-commerce models that are happening nowadays in the market, that how the transactions are conducted between the two parties. So students, I hope you enjoyed the lecture. See you next time.